Hey guys, I'm back today with another slime shop review. As you can see, sitting in front of me right now, I have some slimes from Kawaii Slime Company. And they ship out in a box, but they do not bubble wrap. They don't include a pack and slip, and they don't label their slimes, so that's some issues that I do have with shopping from them, because I want a packing slip, or at least the slimes to be labeled. I prefer the slimes to be labeled. So I have no idea what these are in front of me, because, like I said, they're not labeled and there's no pack and slip that I can refer to. And so I'm just gonna jump right into opening these up and see what we've got here in front of us. It has a pleasant scent. I don't know how to describe the scent, but it's kind of maybe like a sweet tart. It's going to need some activator. It's got a really nice scent, but it's very sticky. Alright, well, this one's too small to really do too much with. As I've already said, it's got a nice scent. I really like the scent, but it's incredibly sticky. Even after I got it to the point of it being rippy, it's still wanting to stick to me. It's a very thin, sticky slime. The only thing it's really got going for it is the smell. The smell is really nice, but I don't like how sticky it is, which makes it very difficult to play with and just not a very pleasant experience. This little slime, unfortunately, will be going in my discard pile to make my Franken slime. It looks like maybe it's supposed to be a butter slime, and it smells like bananas. It also is very thin and sticky. It does have a really nice banana smell. It smells like a banana Laffy Taffy. I did need to activate it because it was very sticky. If this was any bigger, it'd be fun to play with, but as it is, it's too small. And I knew that when I bought it. I mean, it's just a little tiny 2 ounce. But the smell is really pleasant. I'm happy with that. And I feel like if this was a bigger slime, it would be really, really fun to play with. And just looking at it, it looks like maybe it's supposed to be a cloud slime. It smells kind of like the first one did. It's hard to describe, but it's a sweet, but also a tart or a sour smell. My first impression is it's very, very wet. My fingers are wet from touching it. And I have not been impressed with their cloud slimes in the past, and this one is no exception. It is way too wet. I'm getting residue all over my fingers. The more I play with it, it is plumping up some, but I mean, I've played with plenty of other cloud slimes that were not wet and were not leaving residue all over my fingers, and you know, they had excellent drizzle. So it's just something about Kawaii Slimes formula, I guess, but it's really, really wet and it's getting all over me. It does have a decent drizzle, you know, so as far as that goes, it works pretty well, but again, I mean, you can make a cloud slime without it being so wet and so, you know, getting all over you like this. So yeah, it does have a fun little drizzle. It has a nice smell, but it's very wet and it's getting all over me. So again, there's much better cloud slimes out there on the market from other sellers. I'm gonna go wash my hands and I'll be back for more. Alright, again, I don't know what it's called because there's no label on it. But as you can see, it looks white. It's got some red glitters hanging out there on the bottom, and this came with it. So let's take a look. I think I remember this one now that I'm looking at it and I smelled it. It looks like a rice pudding, and I do remember ordering something, I think a rice pudding or something like that on their site, so this must be what it is. It's a glossy white base, and it's got these little beads in it, I guess to represent the tapioca or whatever is supposed to be in here. It smells really, really good. It's got a scent kind of like something baking, and it's also a bit cinnamon maybe, which might be why the red sprinkles are in there. Very sticky. That's a big problem with all their slimes, is they're just so sticky. Alright, now let's see what we can do. It still wants to stick to me. It smells really good. But it's so hard to play with. I would like this one better if it had a thicker base and if it wasn't so sticky and hard to play with. I mean, the smell is great, it looks pretty, but there's just something really thin and sticky about their formula that makes it difficult to play with at all. And I don't know, they're just missing the mark. I feel like it would be really good for bubble pops if it wasn't so dadgum sticky. Alright, I don't know what this one is. It's just a plain white slime. Of course, it's not labeled. Alright, it looks like it's supposed to be a butter slime. Looks like it's made with some clay. I can't place the smell. It's kind of a sweet, fruity smell. The kind of smell that I would expect to smell in like a cereal. It's very sticky, again, of course. It's stuck to the side of the container. It won't come out. I've got to say I'm not a fan of the smell on this one. I don't look at a white slime like this and think fruity smell. You know, maybe a marshmallow or something else. Look how sticky it is even after I've sprayed quite a bit of activator in it. This is not satisfying at all. I don't know what's up with this. I mean, I'm going to have to make it to a point of it being really rippy before it'll stop sticking on everything. It's got too perfumey of a smell to me. I like strong scents, but this perfumey type scent doesn't, just for some reason, doesn't seem to go with a white slime. It's just a plain white slime. There's nothing added to it. There's no charms with it. So I don't know what that scent is supposed to be or what this slime is supposed to be. It's finally getting to where I can handle it after spraying it with way more activator than I should have had to use, to be honest. Alright, here's a yellow slime. It looks like it's probably a cloud slime. Again, no label, so I don't know what it is. There's no charms or anything that was included with this one. Oh, alright, so it has some sprinkles and some little, what are those, lemon Fimo slices? And some glitter. So that's pretty. And it smells like a lemony scent. It's wet. Their cloud slimes are always too wet. It's crumbly. I've had that problem with their slimes before, where it's really crumbly. And the more I play with it, the better it is getting. But like the other little slime of theirs that I just showed you, it is wet. And it's getting a little better, but it's not, I mean, it's just wanting to crumble and fall apart instead of drizzle. My hands are very wet from playing with it now, and there's fallout on my hands. It has a really pleasant lemon scent, but it is just way too wet and crumbly to be very good to play with. Let's see if adding a little activator will help with that. Not really. And that's enough for that one. This is another disappointing slime from a company that everyone seems to really like. I guess I am not part of that majority. Alright, let's take a look at this one. It's a cute package, but I don't remember what this one is either. Again, it's not labeled. And there's no packing slip. Oh, so it's got a really cheap plastic lid on it. That's not good. It's hard to get it all out. It has kind of a sweet strawberry and cream smell to it. What's this? I guess that's a charm. It looks like a blackberry, or is it maybe a raspberry? I don't know, I can't tell. This is the first one that I have not had to add activator to. I wish I could have been able to add the charm to it myself, because I would have liked to see it before it was all covered up in the slime. Alright, this one gets my approval. It's been the best one so far. It did have some inflation. Alright, so this one comes with a mango slice, and it looks like it's a two-toned slime. Is this a mango or is it a peach? Because now that I'm smelling it, it smells like peaches and cream. So maybe that's meant to be a peach. It's a very strange texture. It's wet on my hands, but it's rubbery and very hard to stretch. I don't like that. I mean, it's very hard to stretch. What they do, put too much clay in it maybe, or why would it be wet but yet be so hard to stretch that this is like giving my hands a real workout? Alright, I don't like this one at all. Alright, this one looks interesting and promising because of all the little extras that they sent to put on top of it. And this is the last one. It's got little tiny foam beads in it. It smells kind of fruity. I guess that makes sense. Alright, so it's a microfloam all the way through. It's got a nice thick base. I think for once I'm not going to have to activate it. That's nice. In fact, it's almost too thick and rubbery, almost like it's over-activated. But the beads are not falling out, so that's good. But it's very hard to stretch. Alright. I spoke too soon about that. It's rippy.